Hello and welcome to this morning's Liverpool News Roundup here on Anfield Agenda. My name is Conor and I'm going to take you through all of the latest Liverpool news, including Jurgen Klopp's return to the football pitch, but not as a manager. We have FSG dropping out of the race to buy another club. We have some links with Jarrod Bowen and Serge Gnabry. We have some quotes from Nick Woltemade on Florian Wirtz. A little bit on Hugo Ekitike's goal for France last night and a few other bits. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, you know the drill at this point. Let's jump straight into the news. We'll start off with Jurgen Klopp then. So he has announced on his Instagram he is set to return to the football pitch, finally set to step foot on grass again, but not as a manager. He will be a pundit for Magenta TV, which is associated with T-Mobile, for the upcoming World Cup 2026 in Mexico, Canada and the USA. So Jurgen Klopp has confirmed he will be a pundit for the World Cup, and that is going to be absolute box office. Like, it is a German TV company, so selfishly, of course, we would have all liked to see them on like an English coverage, but we will be seeing Jurgen Klopp around the World Cup at least. Good to see the man back. We all love to hear from Jurgen. I know a lot of people wanted him to come back to Liverpool, but he even said in this video again that he doesn't miss the man management, the game management, generally he doesn't want to be a manager anymore. So look, him being a pundit just makes sense, doesn't it? Like, he will be phenomenal at it. Like, you just know well he's going to be brilliant. He's going to be entertaining and he's going to be absolute box office. So I'm really looking forward to watching that. Can't wait for the World Cup now that Ireland have, of course, become favourites to win it last night after beating Portugal. 2026 World Cup winners, it's going to happen. Speaking of Ireland's upcoming World Cup victory then, let's just do a roundup of all the other teams that aren't going to win the World Cup. So France last night, of course, did qualify for the World Cup. Hugo Ekitike played for, I think, it was 26 minutes or something like that. Managed to get himself a goal and an assist, so that's fantastic. And he was speaking on his first goal for France, saying, "It's a childhood dream. Every time I get minutes, I try to show my abilities and that I'm there to help the team. I'm happy to be rewarded." And if you haven't seen that goal yet, please do look it up because it was absolutely fantastic. Like, he picked up the ball around the halfway line, out kind of on the left, and he just made a burst and run through however many players. Little 1-2 then with, I think, was Due, and just buried it. It was absolutely fantastic and just good to see him. Like, he is an electric footballer, and there's no doubt he will be an absolute superstar at Liverpool. Like, we've seen it already how good he is. And looking at that goal again last night just gives me even more confidence that he is going to be heading for the very, very, very top because he is absolutely world class already. Sky is the limit really for this fella, and it's good to see him getting his first goal for France. Good to see him settling in. That'll lose confidence. Absolutely no harm. So good news on that one. Of course, then Milos Kerkez and Dominic Szoboszlai also won last night to the detriment of Ireland. Of course, we do now need to go and beat Hungary in Hungary to have any chance of qualifying for the World Cup. So that will be a very interesting game on Sunday, I believe that one is. So, look, I do wish all the Liverpool lads well with their country, but let's hope Hungary lose on Sunday, because if Ireland can somehow scrape through to the playoffs and then somehow manage to get to the World Cup, I will be absolutely buzzing, because I've never seen Ireland in a World Cup. I think it was 2002 it was. So I don't remember that, obviously. But I have very fond memories of us in the European Championships in like 2016 and all when we beat Italy. So it would absolutely make my year if we could get to the World Cup. So sorry Dom, sorry Milos. I hope you don't get there. Ireland have to make it because, like I said, I would be absolutely ecstatic with that. Moving on to transfer links then. So we have a report here from Football Insider who say West Ham forward Jarrod Bowen is the latest name in the ring for Liverpool to replace Mohamed Salah on a long-term basis. The Hammers would only be prepared to consider letting him go if they receive a massive offer. Bowen's future at the London Stadium remains secured until the summer of 2030 after the England international signed a 7-year extension in 2023. And look, if you'd asked me a few years ago, I would have been all over Jarrod Bowen. And to be fair, I still would take him, but not as Mohamed Salah's replacement. Like, he's going to be 29 next month, and he's not quite as good as he used to be. Like, a couple of years ago, there was a lot of hype around him. It's kind of died off a little bit. I'd happily take him at Liverpool if he was, like, let's say if Chiesa moved on, if he was going to be the backup replacement. But I think the level of money it would take, the fact he's English, the fact he has a long-term contract, the fact that he probably is just about in his prime now, I don't think it's worth it ultimately. Maybe if West Ham get relegated, there might be a deal to be done next summer for a slightly lower fee, but unless we're talking 30-40 million, I wouldn't go near it in all honesty. Like, he's not worth any more than that to us. Like, because I don't think he would be the starter. I think he would be, like I said, the kind of Chiesa replacement in the squad, the kind of fourth, fifth, or sixth choice attacker. So look, I would take him, but not for stupid money because I do like him. But yeah, he's not worth the hassle. I don't think with the contract situation and stuff there. But we also have another link then with Serge Gnabry. So So Christian Falk of Bild in Germany said, Juventus and Liverpool have inquired about Serge Gnabry with a view to a potential free transfer next summer. Bayern are interested in extending Gnabry's contract for another 2 years, but with a pay cut. So again, another one. I think if we were to sign him, he would want like stupid wages, which I don't think we're going to give him. I don't think he's quite good enough for that either. And like the report says, like Christian Falk is pretty much the Bayern mouthpiece in these kind of things. So it's no surprise that he's mentioning our name. He's mentioning Juventus. Like that is definitely coming from the player side to like throw out these big clubs and say like, oh, I have options, but it's probably just to put pressure on Bayern to extend, and I would expect him to extend because I can't see us like I could see us sounding out the situation because he's a decent player, but I think you'd be looking at huge wages that Liverpool wouldn't realistically give him. So definitely think that is just agent talk just to get a better deal for his player, which of course is his right to do. So wouldn't expect anything to come out of that one, but another interesting link this morning. So do let me know if you had to pick one, Jarrod Bowen or Serge Gnabry, who would you be taking? Next up then, we have a report from James Pearce who said, Liverpool owners FSG have dropped out of talks to buy out Spanish club Getafe, citing issues with the cost of the takeover, coupled with Spain's strict limitations on spending linked to the club's limited revenue, ultimately making the move prohibitive. This has been a story that's been going on a long time now. I know when FSG brought Michael Edwards back into the frame, they wanted him to kind of oversee this multi-club model, and he's been looking for a club to buy ever since then. I think Toulouse were mentioned at one point. Getafe, of course, have been the latest one, but that one has now fallen through as well. So, look, I'm sure we will get a club eventually. I wouldn't particularly have wanted Liverpool to be associated with Getafe. The whole situation of them bringing in Mason Greenwood and stuff just kind of, I don't know, I don't like it. So, look, I'm not unhappy about this. I'm sure we will find a club at some point that suits. But yeah, so a big decision has been made there by FSG to step away from the Getafe talks because, like it says there, like the strict limitations on spending and the revenue of the club and a few other bits, it's just not the club for them. So the search continues. I'm sure we will find someone at some point, and once we do, I'm sure it will benefit the club. But do let me know though, like, are you a fan of the multi-club model or are you against it? Like, as a Liverpool fan, I know we will be top of the pyramid in this multi-club model, so it doesn't bother me too much in all honesty. Like, we will see benefits of it. But I think if I was, let's say, if we had bought Getafe, I think as a Getafe fan then you'd be thinking like, any decent player we get then is gone. But then again, you might get sent a few decent players on loan as well. So like, it probably has its pros and cons. I'd probably lean towards not liking it, but because we're the top of the food chain in it, it probably wouldn't bother me as much as if we were lower down in it. But yeah, please do let me know on that one. Are you a fan of multi-club models or not? Next up then, we had Nick Woltemade of Newcastle speaking on Florian Wirtz, and he said, for every player, adjusting isn't easy, but he's doing very well. On paper, you might not see the goals, but if you compare my games with his, he's much more involved in play. I've probably been in the right spot 3 or 4 times, received the ball and scored, but he's very active in the game, gets lots of touches and makes good plays. And look, it's nice to see future Liverpool striker Nick Woltemade coming out kind of defending Florian Wirtz, because he obviously loves Liverpool because he's out here defending Florian Wirtz. I know like he's a Germany teammate as well, but like that interview where he was saying like his favourite stadium was Anfield, his favourite player was Steven Gerrard, like it was all these hints that he loves Liverpool. So look, we might see him at Anfield someday. Good to see him kind of backing up Florian Wirtz here and just kind of giving him a bit of encouragement because, like he said, he has been getting involved in games. Nick Woltemade has had a great start to life at Newcastle, to be fair. He has been fantastic. So, look, just good to see more praise of Florian Wirtz, really, isn't it? To finish up then, we do have a report from Spain from El Nacional who say Trent Alexander-Arnold is becoming increasingly uneasy about his situation at Real Madrid and feels Xabi Alonso misled him with the assurances he gave him during their initial talks in the summer. And look, who could have seen this coming? Who could have possibly seen that Trent would struggle at Madrid? Like, no one said it would be a bad move for him. Everyone knew it would be the perfect move for his career. I do joke, of course. Everyone said he would be just absolutely slated by the Spanish media. He probably wouldn't fit into the team, etc., etc. Like, again, I've said it a few times, I can't see any situation where Trent doesn't regret his move. And look, stories like this are coming out. There's a lot of stuff around Xabi Alonso at the minute, to be fair. Like, there's talk of Jude Bellingham being unhappy. There's talk of Rodrigo not being happy, Vinicius Jr. There's players who want to go out to Ibiza and all that. He's just not letting them do it anymore. Like, so is there a situation where Xabi Alonso loses his job at Madrid? Doesn't seem to be all sunshine and roses at Madrid at the minute, and I couldn't be happier for Trent. I'm delighted he's gone over there and seen what it actually is like over there, and he seems to be struggling, which is great. So yeah, good one on that. That's all from me this morning anyway. If you've enjoyed the video, please do hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Craig will be back in the afternoon with a video and then streaming tonight at 9 p.m, so be sure to check that one out. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.